Hello, hello. We are back with Terra Nullius, going into part 2 of today's episode. And Samuel picks up an interesting-looking map. And on this map of the Yolotli Basin, there's a bunch of, like, primordial characters that mean lies, written over and over again in dried blood. And he's looking at these, and he says, "What does this say?"
Lies.
And it's written in blood. Well, that's ominous.
Can I make some kind of roll to see how old the blood is?
Yeah, that would be
Survival
Nature?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
nature, maybe?
Medicine?
Any one of those, whatever you're
Okay.
best at.
I mean, survival,
Survival.
obviously.
Yeah.
17.
Reasonably old. I mean, it's dried. It's just like
Okay, so this isn't like new, like somebody just did this, put it here for us to find.
no.
kind of
This
a
is
thing,
like weeks at the very least. I don't remember how long it takes for like blood to like change color and stuff.
Okay.
But
Wait, this is map of the Yolotli Basin, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So not even this area.
but it's been a while. Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a while.
I mean, it hasn't been long enough that the paper's disintegrated in the jungle, so that's one thing.
Do I notice any like thing like else about it other than it just says lies, like maybe like a place that's circled or like a specific area, that's focused on or drawn on?
I mean, if they are, it's pretty uniform. Like it's basically as if this guy, whoever it was, explored the Yolotli Basin, and everywhere he went, he was like, "This is a lie. This is a lie. It's all a lie." Like he like went to each section. It was like lies.
Okay, so it's like
lies.
so it's not like
lies.
he's just like writing lies, 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 lies,
They don't
lies, lies,
seem
like across
random.
the course. It's
No.
it's pinpointed lies in certain places.
Yeah. But like it's more or less covering the entire thing, but it's like it
Right.
looks less random and more just like he slowly covered the whole thing. sort of
Now, here's my question, Caleb. If this were a map of the U.S. and this were like modern America, would it be like over Washington D.C.?
thing.
and
Right,
over
all
New
of the
York?
major cities.
Yeah.
No, it's not like that.
Okay. I'm like, this guy's just a
In the corner it
conspiracy
says
nut.
jet fuel can't melt steel beams.
Perfect.
I want to try something.
Mm-hmm.
So I see this obviously like as we're walking up and we see the
Yeah, I
map
mean,
and
Ari
everything.
and Samuel like stop, and then you
Yeah.
all like catch up with us, and then
Mhm.
we're like,
This is going to be a bit of a stretch. Is it possible that with my proficiency in a forgery kit, I could try and analyze the handwriting to see what kind of person would write this or being? Like if this was a snake
Yeah, you can
person
make a
or-
check. You can make a check like that and see what you turn
What
up.
would that be?
So forgery toolkit with intelligence.
Okay. Let me just add that in real quick then.
Mm-hmm.
22.
Yeah. Okay. So, obviously, someone who's literate enough to know the character for lies, but not necessarily like the characters aren't written. They aren't written fancily. So your guess is someone who is reasonably intelligent enough to be literate, but not necessarily like an academic or a like scholar or priest or anyone like that. Maybe like yeah, I guess you're from this area. So
I'm trying to get an idea of like, is this a snake person? Is this
right. No, this is most likely a genasi. It's most likely a fire genasi. It seems like a Tlachanoli.
Mhm.
Because there would be dialects for
Mhm.
each of the.
And
the
that's
people
what
who
I
would
was
speak
kinda
Primordial.
getting at
Yeah,
with
yeah.
my
This is
forgery
definitely
kit.
still Tlachanoli. Yeah.
Okay.
hmm.
And I probably would mention like this is the
Actually, with the 22 though, there's a little weirdness about it that seems off to you, but you can't quite place why it's different. It's obviously Tlachanoli handwriting in the dialect of whatever written language this is, but there's something off about it that bothers you, but you have no idea what it could mean.
I'd probably mention like this is wait. This is the first time I've talked to Tevin. Give me a second. This is the handwriting of a I would say Tlachanoli, but something is off.
Well, I mean, obviously they wrote in blood, so
Yes,
That's
but
one thing.
something even more than that. If this was an ink of some sorts, something would still be wrong here.
what do you think?
Darius, you feel something weird. It's almost as if you see something weird. It's like a shimmer off to your right, deeper into the jungle.
Hmm.
Whoa, that was loud.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard
it
that
was
too.
loud. I think.
That's
Yeah.
Jordan's phone.
Yep. Let me think. So I see like a shimmer off, like to the
Yeah,
right.
it's almost like it's like you. I mean, I don't know if Darius has ever been out in the desert, but it's like a heat. I guess it would still be in the jungle, but to a lesser degree. Yeah, it looks kind of like a heat distortion.
I'd like to use the hood.
Okay, make a charisma check.
I feel like I should try to get advantage, but I don't know what I could tell about Darius. Again, he's kind of been exhausted. Oh, how about I start telling about minor differences between this Darius?
Yeah, please
world and
do.
the other
That would be
Darius'
so much
world?
fun. Yeah.
Okay,
Ooh.
okay. Let's see. What are some like minor tweaks I can make to this Darius's? Okay. So I think that in the other, like in the original place that this Darius came from, in that alternative world, I think that Darius actually like managed to completely kill his uncle. Like he managed to completely just off him instead of like him being like brought back as that monstrosity. And I think Darius like knew about his I think Darius found no. I think Darius is what he thought was his cousin. I think the cousin banished him
Right. Okay.
in that one.
Cool. Yeah. Sure. Tag 10 inspiration.
Sweet. And I'm using it right away. And charisma roll, you said?
Yep. Charisma check.
Charisma check. Well,
17. Okay. Darius, you feel the feeling that you feel when you fall from a height. You feel like that's your lurch of your stomach as if you're falling. But you're not like going anywhere. It's just like whoa, and like everything starts to kind of like whoa, kind of shift in your view, and almost as if like the ground is like falling away before you, but everything's still here. It's just like this weird optical illusion. And then suddenly you blink and there's some sort of ruin or mausoleum or something like that, like in the spot you were looking at, where it was just like a heat distortion before.
I see a mausoleum now.
Yeah, it's like some sort of like ancient ruin temple, something like that. Yeah.
And I take it none of us see it though.
I don't think you notice it unless Darius like points it out. If Darius points it out, then I think you would see it.
Yeah, I think Darius, like, let me think how Darius do this. Yeah, I think Darius kind of just stops everyone and says, "Everyone, there's something here."
And I looked
Yeah,
that
and
direction.
then you looked at a direction, and
Yeah.
then there's like a ruin over there where you definitely didn't see it before.
Would we be able to tell if so the map of the Yolotli Basin, does that include like where we are now or no?
Yeah.
Would we be able to tell if there's written lies where we are standing?
Yes,
Right
pretty much
this second?
exactly. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, everyone, there's lies here.
So
Uh,
I think back to like, is this similar to the vanishing worm place?
The what?
The worm place that would like disappear and reappear.
the place that I could see.
Like,
The
remember when we went down there and then they were actually servants of Shivolba, like the wyvern things?
Oh, yeah. It kind of reminds you of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Dari, like, I'd like to make a roll to see if I can figure out if this is going to be here for long.
Arcana, I guess, is what that is.
Okay. Just gonna make a straight roll and see what happens.
Yeah. It's reasonable to guess that it's similar to the other thing. Yeah. It would be here for maybe a day and then disappear. I mean,
Okay.
you also seem to have shunted it into reality
Like
here,
I kind of
right?
brought
Like,
it out.
yeah, I think that's what you feel,
Okay.
right? Like it's almost as if you could sense it that it could be there. There's a possibility of it being there, and then you're like, and it is, right?
Oh,
like,
interesting. Okay. So
Right, because
yeah,
it just wasn't there for us before, and now
Mhm.
boom, suddenly it's just like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
Yeah.
I think Daria says, especially to Raya and Ari, this is like the place with the wyverns from before. It will not be here long.
So you're saying we should not go in, or we should?
How far is it, Caleb?
like I don't know, like 2 minutes to walk over there.
Oh, I
like,
mean,
would you
I
say,
think
like-
we should.
Like within 60 feet?
No, not within 60 feet, but like,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
a
2
little bit
minutes
of
is
a
like-
walk, but
Well, I was thinking of like using my divine sense, but
no, you have to be a little bit closer for.
yeah.
I mean,
Doesn't
I
Ari
definitely
have-
think we should.
Doesn't
Yeah, Ari
have a-
has a thing that's like goes through a mile. Yeah,
But is that a spell slot or is that like just
don't
Wait,
think
for
so.
what?
for sensing like fiends, undead, and whatnot. And
Oh yeah,
a
it
certain
can go
area.
up to a mile.
But is that like is that just something you can do regularly without
I
any
have to
cost?
expend one spell slot, but
Ah,
that's
okay.
no big deal.
Yeah. No, I don't think we need to do that.
I mean, because basically every single time I spend it, it's like there's undead around. What a surprise!
Yeah.
And then I'm
I-
like, oh, there might be one or two other things around, but I don't know what to do with that information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I think Darius just says I don't know what's there, but I think I brought it out.
Let's go see what it wants to show us.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that we should.
I mean, yeah,
go
player
see it.
Jordan's like, ooh, let's see what's there.
Right.
Tepin's gonna kind of just reach out into space and grab his sword out of the nothing.
I
Yeah,
think
so I
Darius
guess-
sees that and says, dude, you need to teach me how to do that. Maybe he
I don't
doesn't
think
say
that
dude,
is.
but, you know.
I don't think that is possible.
You know, I used to
Good old
think a
straight
lot
man
of things
No, no,
were
actually,
possible.
no. But Tepin probably says like, "I don't think you want to know how to do. I don't think you want to."
Yes, perfect. Sorry, Edgelord Tepin. Yeah.
Edgelord Tepin.
Okay,
That's not
cool,
even
yeah.
being edgelorded. That's just him like, no, you don't want to know.
No, that's being an edgelord. That's what that is. It's too horrifying to even imagine. I'm
I
Batman.
mean, you remember my backstory, right?
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah. So I think Clement like looks at you, Darius, because he's near you, and he says, "What is this? Some sort of magical temple?"
And it's like temple ruins, right?
Yeah, it's like some sort of ruin. Yeah. It's hard to tell exactly what kind of building it was supposed to be
Yeah.
until you get closer, but
Yeah. Hold on, I'm coming up with my response.
Mhm.
If I had to make a guess, they are old ruins to a temple of Shibolba. We can't know for sure unless we approach. though we should approach with great caution. I don't know what this could mean.
Yeah, I mean, he just kind of like looks at you inscrutably, and then says, "Well, I don't have any objection to at least looking at it."
I'll go. And then she gives Samuel a look like, we're not done yet.
We're not
and
done
then
talking about this.
then just keeps walking.
Guys, I just realized something. Our party token still has Toity on it.
It's true. Yep. It also still has the caretaker on it, and he's been dead a long time.
I could make
Let's
an edited version where
go.
I just like put a Tepin's head on Toity's body, and then I just crossed out I just crossed an X over the mask for the caretaker.
Yes, perfect.
To the building ruin
Okay, yeah,
thing.
sure. So you guys go check it out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Awesome. So
Probably grab my shield too, just in case.
Yeah, of course.
So does it look like there's any kind of entrance to this, or is it just like this top section and like almost looks like a grave?
Yeah, I mean,
Almost.
it looks. Anyone can make like a history roll to probably try to figure out what this is.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I want to try just because I feel like Tepin would try, but he's not good at history.
Oh, only an 8.
Wait,
Yeah,
any of us can make it? You said?
Yeah.
That's super great.
Yeah, the one person who's the local knows.
Might as well
very
try,
little.
Darius.
Can I make an argument to gain maybe gain advantage?
Yeah.
Seeing like with assuming that it might be a Temple of Shibolva, or in the old ruins to it, and seeing as Darius like brought it out, I feel like Darius might have some knowledge of it, like just from Shablanka, like telling Darius about it, or showing him something similar, just from all the visions and from everything he learned with his time with him. Yay?
Sure.
Yay? Cool. Watch it still be like super low. Ha!
Yep.
I still rolled. Actually, no, you rolled the same as me.
Yeah. I mean, Ari, your best guess is it might be some sort of like burial thing.
We're about to face some kind of undead thing, guys.
But any more specifics than that? Unsure. It's probably a
Well,
grave.
do I like? I'm within 60 feet. I would be able to sense undeads.
Yeah. There's no undead within 60 feet.
Cool.
What else can you sense within 60 feet?
Within 60 feet, affected by the hollow spell, or know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead.
There's a celestial within 60 feet of you.
Hold on.
Ooh, that's
That is
not
not
good.
Hold on. That is not behind total cover.
I
mean,
there's not
I
a
know
celestial
that, but
within 60 feet of you.
Darius doesn't know that.
I mean, Ari could know that.
If you spend a spell slot.
Yeah. I don't know if she would though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. It's just an empty ruin.
Let's
It's a big empty
go.
room.
I want to see what's in here, guys.
All right.
Does it seem to me like it's anything? Does it looks similar to the ruin of the Shibalba shrine that we saw before that we
No.
went to, or not at all?
Not really. Not I mean, it's still stylistically similar to any of the architecture you've seen here.
Mhm.
But it doesn't really remind you necessarily of another temple to death or anything like that. Like, even if it is a grave, it doesn't really have a whole lot of like death symbolism.
I would
on it.
like to use my knowledge of stonework to see if I can determine how old the stone is.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that.
Mm-hmm. Do that dwarven thing.
So just roll Mason's tools.
With intelligence, probably.
Well,
pretty dang old.
I mean, it's falling
Yeah.
apart.
I'm not sure.
well, Darius is falling apart too, but he's not that old.
I think it would be in the hundreds of years old.
Okay. So this isn't something that's like a couple thousand though.
Yeah, it's not thousands for sure, but it's definitely hundreds.
Okay.
Maybe up to 1,000, but not any more than that. Maybe in the high hundreds.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and so it's like standing on this like rock outcropping, so you probably have to climb up a bit to like actually get to it. But yeah, it's up to you guys if you want to explore it more fully, do some investigation.
But like, are we really gonna just walk away from this thing?
No, of course not. We're gonna
That's
investigate
labeled
it.
as lies. Like, we got to
Okay.
see what's going on here.
Can I just kind
Who
of
has the highest investigation?
+7?
Okay, so Tepin.
Is Miggy's better though? Oh, don't. Just kidding.
Did you actually just say that?
Wow!
Wow, Emily. Oh,
Just
man.
talk about her dead ex-boyfriend.
Savage.
I mean, he's not dead, and that makes it even worse.
Just talk about her immortal
Loved-
ex-boyfriend.
Loved her forever. It's
Oh,
fine.
boy. Oh, man. Yes,
Okay,
Mickey
but
does
what
have
about-
a better
what about-
investigation as a god than Tepin.
Oh my gosh, did you guys see Alyssa's like whole screen go dark for a moment?
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Like that was like Caleb, you need to watch that on the
Yeah, I will.
like
Sorry.
her whole like she closed her eyes and the whole screen just went
That's 100%
And then when she opened
me
it
just
back
being
up-
like,
Bilbo Baggins, I am not trying to rob you. Trying to help you.
Well, +7
That was
is
just a
the
perfect slip. Anyways.
Okay,
Yep.
so
+7
what about,
is the
okay,
best
what about
investigation.
what about new
Yeah.
Miggy? What's new Miggy's investigation?
Oh,
A
Samuel.
million.
Let's say nobody
you mean
could
Samuel.
really replace.
Oh yeah, I can double check there and them and see if anyone has a higher
Not that Miggy, not
Nobody could replace Mickey, but
It's true.
well, it's kind of Samuel's job at this point, isn't it? In Ari's heart.
Oh, that's not how that works.
That's what Maggie wanted.
You didn't
Oh.
want her to replace him. Just that's a little different. The replace is such a negative word.
Replace doesn't have to be a negative word.
Let's just
Actually,
say
shoes.
fill in for his shoes.
Yeah, you have the best.
Actually, I have a reason that I can possibly get advantage.
Mhm.
Can I say that there was a temple to Shiboba near my place, near my village, and like maybe that there's a temple near my village, and I'm kind of trying to see if it was similar, if anything like to this or something like that.
I think it's reasonable to assume you'd be passably familiar with temples like these. Yeah.
Mhm. I don't know anything about this one particularly, but I mean, okay.
Yeah, but it might give you help.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll roll investigation. 21.
Okay. Yeah. So you just kind of like scour around the
Just
place.
trying to get an idea of this place.
And you have like a climb speed too, right? As
Yep,
like a
I
tabaxi,
do.
So you can just
Yeah,
like,
so basically we're just like tap it and go check it
step
out.
in and go
for
check it
us.
out. Yeah. And if you die, I mean, you're just a random
I
person
because
we don't care
that's why
about,
I
so-
Oh,
first what I'm gonna do is just kind of like look around, try get an area down here. Then kind of what I'll do is do I see anything around the base that looks suspicious?
Random pillars and stones
But
that are falling.
Nothing suspicious though.
A wall that's half built
Oh.
or fallen down. Yeah,
So-
I mean,
So what I'll
I
do
don't
then,
know if you see. Well, okay, so I guess there's a little bit of weirdness because it's almost as if this thing, like, there's a ruin here, but I don't know. There's a weird like difference between the oldness of the foliage and the dirt and like the natural environments versus the actual temple itself. It's almost as if someone took a really old building and put it in a newer jungle, right? Like it's not as overgrown as it should be. If it was just sitting here for forever in this one spot. So yeah, there's weirdness there. That's about all you can tell from the bottom, I think.
but it doesn't look like there's like a trap or anything that's gonna get me.
No, you go around the whole base of the thing.
Okay,
and-
so what I'll do
It's
though,
not
I
trap.
put away my shield, kind of like kind of put my sword away to the void and climb up, probably around to where everyone else is. Just kind of climb up here, and then go and bring my sword back and resummon my sword and get back my shield.
Yeah, sure. Just kind of preparing yourself. Yeah. So you step around this and look, and yeah, I mean, as you get closer, it's probably a grave. It's probably like a mausoleum of some sort. There may be. I mean, there's no door anywhere here, so you're not sure if there's anything deeper, below, because it's on a rock outcropping, so it's totally possible there could be some sort of sub-level, but there's no door, right? There's nothing you can actually open, except for this top panel thing. It looks like the top of a grave, kind of, but also half kind of a door. It's kind of weird. It opens like you would open a door. It's not like a slab you would push off. But it's engraved with similar symbols that you would see a important person that died.
Do the engravings say anything?
It's hieroglyphics mainly. You see a beautiful woman, a beautiful Genasi woman in a gossamer gown, and she's looking over a lake or an ocean or something. You see various birds portrayed all over the thing. You see kind of an interesting shrouded figure in a mask that's kind of in the background of one of the hieroglyphic kind of painting fresco things. That's about it. Yeah, it's kind of a jumble of images that don't really make much sense.
I have a feeling I know what the mask is, but Tepin doesn't.
I mean, if you say anything about it looking like a grave, we all know my stance and that we should just leave.
Well, this
looks like a grave.
And I turn to them. I turn to them and say, "This might be a grave, but it also might be more. I'm not sure. This top part looks like almost an entrance."
Oh, so there is an entrance type of a thing where we can go down into it?
It might be. That's what kind of Caleb sounded like he said.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell, right? It looks like it opens like a door, but it's obviously, I mean, it's engraved like the top of a tomb would be.
Right. Well, I mean, I just look at Ryan and I'm like, so I guess we're leaving then.
I mean, that's my vote. Let's not mess with the dead that are actually staying dead.
Yeah, and Darius, you can, or whoever is next to Clement, you can kind of see him furrowing his brow a little bit, and he calls up to Tepin and he says, "Why don't you at least inspect the grave?"
Tepin doesn't understand anything Clement is saying.
Yes, I can. I have Ring of Comprehend Languages. I always understand what everyone is saying.
Right. Sorry, go ahead then.
What do you say?
Yeah, he says, "Why don't you at least inspect the engravings further? If it's not a tomb, then we can inspect it at our leisure."
And I kind of I turned it as because I don't know, it's and I kind of explained to him what I see in the engravings. To the others, though.
Yeah. You do anything with that information?
So we see a beautiful Genasi woman at the beach with a guy in a mask.
Mm-hmm.
And there's birds all over the engraving.
I mean, I would say, can I roll a history check? But I mean, there's no way I could know what that is at all, I'm assuming.
Unless you went up and inspected it yourself.
I mean, but even if I did, Ari doesn't know anything.
There's a chance.
Okay. All right. I think Ari's going to go up then.
Okay.
Do you have a climb speed? Do you have a climb speed? Do you need help up?
No, but there's stairs right there, so I can just climb up the stairs.
No, I'm in up the rock part.
Because it's on a rock outcropping.
Oh.
It's technically not. But it's fine. I mean, there's not really any risk. It's not like you're going to fall and die or whatever. So it just takes a little while, but you climb up.
Okay, so I'm going to come over here and I guess I'll roll a history check.
Yeah, make a history check.
And I'll kind of point at the engraving
Nope.
with my sword.
No. Yeah, it doesn't look familiar to you. Or ring any bells.
Darius can't read, so
That's true. Well, they're hieroglyphics.
So, but Ryan wants to know if this is for sure a grave, though, or not, right?
That's what Clement wants to know. If I think it looks like a tomb of some sort, then I don't want to mess. Like, I don't want us messing with it. Or at least I'm certainly not going to mess with it, even if it just like.
So then, can I roll
like
an insight check then on these hieroglyphics to see if they're telling this person's story of who died to like confirm that it's a grave?
It would be an insight check.
Would it be investigation?
No, it would be history.
Okay,
You already rolled that.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. No, that's fine.
Here's a question.
Yeah, Darius.
My sensing ability that like lets me sense
Mhm.
things. What? I mean, like, we've kind of previously established that I can go through walls and stuff with it.
Mhm.
Have we had any experience where I would be able to tell if there's like bones or something that's like just dead?
Possibly. Depends on how long it's been dead.
Okay.
Wish I had Shape Earth right now.
Well,
And if it's undead, so.
if it's undead, of course.
Because this is also a thing. Now that I know that it's within total cover, like it's still technically on the table that there would be, to your perception, that there might be an undead in here, right? So.
Yeah. So I'm going to use the hood to see what I can see. That's right.
Yeah, we see Clement smile slightly as he sees you do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Samuel and Sabu the whole time are just kind of like checking it out and making sure that there's like, and also like keeping a watch on the surroundings, making sure there's nothing else that's coming.
Well.
Ouch.
Okay. Darius, you go into some sort of like seizure.
I was expecting something to happen like that.
Yeah, you twig on something and you just start spasming. Like he falls down, he starts spasming crazily.
Is this something that we've seen before?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Can I go over and like do like a medicine check or something to see what's wrong with him?
Yep.
At this point, I probably bust my way over there.
22.
Yeah, it's definitely something magical.
Okay.
And that's all that medicine can tell you. But you can roll Arcana to learn more.
Yeah, I mean, Ari's gonna run right over.
17.
Yeah, there's something attacking his mind.
Shoot.
Do you say this?
Yeah, I guess I would say that.
I try and rip the cloak
something
off
magical.
Of him.
Yeah, you want to try to rip Death's hood off? Yeah. Make a athletic check.
Oh.
Can I do that? Because Ari would definitely try to rip it off.
Yeah, one of you can do it with advantage.
Yeah, you do it then, because I have a +2.
I have a +7, so 22.
Yeah, I didn't even need it. Okay, yeah. So Ari, you yank it a few times and it rips off, and then Darius, you come back to yourself. You remember. You sensed some sort of mind, and then all you saw was like. I'm trying to think of the image that you really saw here. It was some sort of scaly but also feathery face with sharp teeth, and it was just like screeching at you. And then you heard in your mind a few times like intruder, like you don't belong here, sort of a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, then you come back to yourself.
Okay.
After Death's head is ripped off.
Yeah. So I think Darius says, well, there's something here, and whatever it is, it does not want us to be here. Can I have my hood back now?
Darius, you need to be more careful.
I'm gonna say maybe give it a few minutes. Let's get a little further away first.
Yeah, so
Agreed.
Clement starts to walk over towards the rock face.
I kind of put my sword at like he's dangerous. I kind of just block his way.
Yeah, and he looks at you like almost like a who are you? Like who are you to even say talk to me? Yeah,
Dare you?
How dare you? But I think I'm looking real quick at his stuff here. He I think he calls out and he says, "Spirit, or whatever being you are, we do not come here to disturb your slumber, but rather we seek answers. Why have you appeared to us?" And I'm gonna make a roll for him.
I'm gonna
Is it a death
get
save?
ready because I feel like someone's about to attack.
Oh
Ooh.
no.
No. Okay. Yeah. So there's no answer. It's just silence. He kind of frowns a little bit, and he says, "There's something here, something that I think we could communicate with if only we would let it help its guard to be down."
If Darius says it doesn't want us here, then we need to go.
Does it not want us here, or does it just not know who we are?
It doesn't matter.
It definitely doesn't want us here.
He looks at you almost like disappointed, like, I thought better of you. Yeah, and then he shrugs. He says, "We can leave if you desire."
It's more like we're leaving because it desires, and I don't really want to make anything mad at me. I don't want to make anything else mad at me today. I've made enough enemies. I can go one day without one.
Kind of smirks slightly. Very well then.
So
Yeah,
I guess we all just leave then.
Mm-hmm. I guess
I
so.
think
Yeah.
Darius says, outs to it. "Okay, we're leaving now. Have a good life, or unlife, or whatever it is you do here." Can I make a persuasion check?
To do what?
No?
Don't, Jordan, don't.
I mean,
Just leave
I
it
don't
be.
think you need to. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys leave.
I would like to say I make sure that Darius doesn't have the hood back until we're out of eyes, like out of line of sight of that, because that is like.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Did Darius tell us what he saw?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
He just said that they didn't want us here. So.
Mhm.
Okay. Cool.
I guess we wouldn't even know he saw anything unless he told us.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh.
So you guys continue on,
Yep.
and I guess let's. I mean, it's probably like the end of the day. You guys settle down to camp and whatnot. Let's see. Yeah, you're still in this hex. Okay, cool. And then everybody kind of like sets up stuff. Any conversations and
Yes,
whatnot
the
y'all
conversation I
have?
didn't get to have earlier.
Yeah, go ahead, do it.
So I probably go up to Darius, and have you put the hood back on?
I mean, I haven't put it on. I'll probably put like just that.
Okay.
You know.
And I kind of go walk up to you, sit down, like, "Are you feeling better, my friend?"
Does Darius feel anything different? Or is Darius like kind of fine now?
I mean, yeah, you're fine. It's not like you have like, what's
There's
the
no
word?
like side effects.
Yeah, there's just no
Yeah.
weird side effects or anything
Yeah.
from that.
Yeah, Darius is like, Darius kind of shrugs and says, "I'm totally fine now."
I have a question that might, well, it might sound weird, but it sounded weird to me too. You spoke of the god of death being dead.
Indeed.
What does that mean? You see, I serve the god of death myself, and to hear my patron is dead, do you understand my confusion?
Oh, I understand. Probably more than I should. So, to start, imagine the god of death being a position. Imagine it being a throne. Now, someone sat upon that throne. And the one who sat there, well, he is past. However,
When you say past, you mean he passed on to a different life, or
he is dead.
okay?
And now, you could say there is a king in training.
So there is a new god of death then.
Yes. But he has a long way to go.
I see. At least I think I see.
There is that still this position where you and I, or at least I receive my power from.
Devin's kind of thinking about that. He's not so sure he agrees, but he doesn't want to say anything because he's not.
And I think Darius can Darius see kind of in your face that you're kind of like
Roll perception, and I'll roll deception.
That would be insight, but yeah.
Or insight to get deception, yeah.
Insight.
Oh my god!
Good luck! No, I'm pretty sure.
Why do you have a 12 in deception? You are higher than Clement.
You just got a 31 and it's not a crit.
I have expertise.
Oh my gosh.
It was almost
Expertise
a crit,
is disgusting.
though. In all fairness, it was almost a crit.
It was
Wow.
almost a crit. A crit
It's
would be a
literally
32.
one off of a crit.
Still, that is.
Because even if you roll a 1, it's still a 13. Let's just put that in perspective here.
Well, a 1 is still a crit fail, but a 2 would be a 14.
I understand that.
You know what it is? It's all that fur. You just look into his eyes and you want to pet the kitty. You don't want to. You can't. A kitty don't lie. We trust the kitty.
I could have rolled a 2 and still beaten you.
I know.
But yeah, you can't really let on to him.
Yeah, he has, I don't have any idea. So I think Darius just says, there are still a lot of things that I'm learning about all of this.
I have a question. What is does the god of death, does he have a name? Does it have a name?
How is Darius going to answer this? I think he turns to him and smirks a bit. Maybe one day he'll tell you.
Dang it.
Darius always so mysterious.
Dang it, that's really not helpful. There's a very specific reason I was asking for his name. These go. Oh,
I'm just not sure how the other party would be, how they would feel about me just being like, oh yeah, his name is Miggy, or his name is Pepe. We like to call him Miggy though.
Well, it's kind of Tep was kind of. I don't know if you can tell this, but he's annoyed at that. Okay. Well,
and I think Darius kind of adds to it. I'm not sure if I have the right to share it. Not yet.
has it changed?
between the last god of death and this one? Yes.
Yes, it has changed then.
I can tell you the name of the old god of death.
Please.
Sheblanque.
Okay, thank you. One last quick question: how did the god of death die?
Ah.
Wait for it.
That was mainly for me. That Teppan is really just curious, but that was mainly just for me.
Let me think. Darius just kind of like looks, he kind of like turns away from Teppan and like kind of looks just down, like kind of straight but like down at the ground. And Darius is just kind of like sits there for a moment. I'm trying to think of how to word this.
He gave his life for somebody.
Yeah, well, I know I know part of it is like. He sacrificed himself to try to change the world.
Well, thank you, Darius. I think I understand a little bit more of what's happening now. It kind of bows it. I'll leave you to yourself now.
Darius kind of turns as like after he says that and just says, you know, all we can do is understand a little more.
Yes, I feel I definitely understand a little more. That's all for me.
Cool.
I would
think
try
Darius- Are we like back at camp? Is that
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay? I think Darius
making
is,
camp for the night.
I think Darius is whittling.
I would want to try and get Cebu to a place that's like kind of like far away from Clement.
Okay. What
You-
like excuse do you give him? Like, what's the?
I mean, I would just be like, hey, can we walk over here? I have something I need to ask you about.
There's definitely a less awkward way you could have said that. But yeah.
I'm just trying to get away from Clement.
Yeah.
That's
So
all.
he nods and he says, "Of course."
And I just want to be like, what do you know about this Clement guy? Can he be trusted?
Yeah, and he has this look on his face. Do you wanna roll insight?
Sure, I'd love to.
Yeah, there's a thing here I think you could kind of figure out about his
Oh.
motivation.
Okay, come on. Oh no.
Hard to say. Yeah, there's a kind of complicated mix of emotions that comes across his face. And he says, he is interesting, very unique individual, very powerful magic user, hired by Faustino to be the resident arcane knowledge expert. There's all sorts of interesting magical artifacts and things that we were expecting and hoping to find here that would
He's
help.
our residential smart guy.
But do you trust him?
He's my ally. I at least try to trust him.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
Yeah, and like he's saying it in such a way, he's like, I mean, he hasn't done anything that like he's like lied to me necessarily, or at least that I know of. Like,
Right, but definitely, like, obviously not
I
like.
mean, yeah, he's
"Oh,
a
yeah,
creepy
we can
old man.
definitely
Like
trust him,
everyone
he's
knows that.
great."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so he says, Why do you ask?
I don't know. He seems a little shifty.
I suppose. Yeah. He's got a shrugs.
Just kind of like shrug
Well,
back.
now
and be
that
like,
we're alone.
So now that we're alone.
Yeah. Wow, let's take advantage of the situation we're in. And I'll just say, thank you for being open with me, and kind of just like start walking back to camp.
Yeah, he says, I'm sorry that I can't be more open with you. You understand, though, right? I have a job to do.
Yes, it's all about the job.
Oh, Raya.
I mean, that's
That
what
was
she
not a very
does all
self
the time.
exactly. That's not a very self-aware statement to make. Oh boy. Yep. Yeah, he just leaves it at that. Yep.
Can I make the roll for the...
So what are you trying to whittle now, though?
Now I am trying to whittle...
A little.
I'm trying to whittle. Samuel.
Tepin. Oh, I thought you were gonna do Tepin first.
Right, Samuel. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people that have just been introduced to the party. And, like, player Jordan's like, oh yeah, of course Tepin first.
Yeah.
But Darius is probably more like, okay, there's Creepy Dude, who I'm probably going to make one for last.
Creepy, yo.
There's...
Or just not make one for him at all.
Or not make one for him at all. Well, I'll probably
Creepy,
make...
oh.
Actually, I have a plan for that. I have a thought. But, there's Creepy-O. There's, Tepin, who Darius doesn't know a whole lot about, and he kind of, like, barely just joined in. There's Sabu, who Raya seems to be, attached to. And then there's Samuel, who Ari seems to be attached to. And, like, Darius, knowing Ari's story with Samuel, knows that she would probably find it very valuable if, in the event they got lost, or there was some sort of separation, being able to track him down.
Wow, you're such a good friend.
So that's Darius's train of thought there. So, because he knows that whole story, because he got it from Ari.
It's true.
So what is that?
Wasn't it Dex or Intelligence?
It's, yeah. I think you did it with Dex, yeah.
Dex?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Ooh. Yeah. It's, like, almost done. It's probably not finished right away, but...
It would have been finished right away. Freaking advantage.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I'll take it, though. Sweet.
And then, of course, we have to get to the last conversation that's going to happen today. Maybe the last conversation that ever happens between these two characters.
I very much doubt it.
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Ari's like setting up her thing and whatnot, and I think she's kind of like waiting for him. She's trying to like not be like, so you love me?
Yeah,
What?
Yeah.
But I don't know if he'd say anything or not. Oh, Terra's barking.
Sorry, my dog's going a little crazy. Chase is like, I need to throw her in here. She's going crazy. She's like, yeah,
It's all good.
Hopefully she just like chills out here.
Maybe she does one of those things where she like goes out to like practice and she's like, I'm gonna go shoot some arrows, and then she like looks over at Samuel like to look at him and like, you come now.
Right. Yeah, that passive aggressive, like, I'm gonna go shoot some arrows. Wanna come with me? Yeah.
I don't even
I'm
know if
going to
she
go
like.
shoot some arrows. You're going to hold this apple.
On your head. Make a persuasion check just to see how well this goes over, I
No,
guess.
no persuasion
Yes,
checks.
yes, that's what this is. You're trying
No, I hate persuasion checks.
to... Well,
Would it be intimidation? You're coming with me.
sure, either one.
Either no, actually, I think I have. No, I have a 0 for both of those.
So you can choose how you're doing it.
No, I mean, like, the thing is, I don't even think
What's the check
Ari's
for
like,
kidnapping?
you're coming with me. She's just like, I'm gonna go shoot some arrows, and then just like goes the other way. Like,
Yep.
what can I do to get inspiration in this moment?
I don't know.
The first time Ari realized she had feelings for Samuel.
Where have we gotten that?
No, I don't think I have told that before. Oh. I have thought about this actually. I think it was when she was 8 and he would have been 11, I guess. Or no, 12. And it was right after his parents died. And he, like, for some reason, Ari was the one who was like, I mean, Ari was obviously really upset about losing her aunt and uncle, but like he was the one who was like being strong for her and like held her hand like as she was like falling asleep and whatnot, like trying to comfort her. And she was just like, oh, I think that's like the first time that she like felt like her heart flutter.
Okay, yeah. Take that advantage.
God.
Well, it takes him a while. You're there
Sure.
for quite... What would
He,
you
like,
do? Like,
finishes.
would you just
I mean,
be
she
there?
would literally just be shooting arrows, like
Well, like, how long would you do that for?
an hour or two.
Okay, so
Like,
it
she'd probably
takes...
like takes breaks and whatnot, but like
Right, so it's about that time where you're like, oh my gosh, is he ever going to come? You're about to just pack it up for the night and then just like go to bed angry, and then he finally shows up.
So yeah, she like looks at him and then just like kind of.
Well, I think
him.
what probably happens, right, is you shot a cool I think you missed a shot, right? Trying to like hit a particular fruit or something, and then he just like aces
Ari
it.
never misses a shot.
Unless here, go ahead
Wow.
and roll real quick. Roll your bow.
Except her shot with Samuel when she was younger.
Whoa!
27.
Did you hear that savage burn?
That was a good one.
Boom,
That was a
roasted.
savage.
What?
Yes.
Yep.
Literally beat you by 2.
Yes.
That's right. That's a critical. Yep.
Okay, so like literally, like I shoot it like perfectly, like
He
like
Dead
splits your
center,
arrow.
and he
But then he
splits
splits
the
it.
arrow. Yep.
So then she like turns towards him, ignores him, and then goes over and like takes out his arrow and then just like throws it towards him, like
You
Yeah.
owe me an arrow.
lets it roll towards his feet.
Yeah.
Did
So
she say that?
he looks down at it and he says, "You're slipping," and he just like kneels down and grabs it.
It's a lucky shot, Samuel.
Lucky. I mean, how much luck is involved in a 1 in 20 chance, really? No, he doesn't say that.
Yeah.
Oh
Actually, it would be a 1 in 10 chance because he needed either 19 or 20 to beat you. So.
But 20 is what made him split it.
Well, hold on. It's less than that because no, that's right. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a 1 in 10 chance, yeah.
Ignore me.
Still an F, though. It's only 10% chance, and he did it. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how she takes that. She's just like, so what, you just come out here to like prove that you're a better shot than me? Still?
No, just here to take you off, honestly. And he's saying this all with like the straightest of faces, but I think Ari knows him well enough that like he's hiding like laughter on the inside, sort of a thing.
She just like smirks and is just like you used to.
You broke first, and then he smiles.
Yeah, I guess I did.
So,
I know what you're doing, Samuel.
yeah, I
'Cause I
figured
did.
you'd.
I did it too.
And like, it doesn't surprise him that when you say that, he's kind of nods solemnly.
I think we both have done things that we're not proud of.
Probably.
No, I definitely have.
I definitely have to.
So you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
What if this meeting with Faustino doesn't? What if it all blows up in our faces? I mean, what are we just gonna run off in the jungle then? Is that the plan?
She like smiles and then she's like, would you do that?
He pointedly ignores that question and then just kind of like sighs and puts the arrow back in his like quiver. Sits on a rock and just says, Ari, what are we playing at here? I don't.
Samuel, you're holding something back.
Yeah, I love you. Is that what you want me to say? Like,
No. I mean, I don't know what I want.
right. I think that's the problem here. I don't think either of us do. I think it would just be easier if we just didn't.
But there's something you're not telling me, though. It's not just that you love me. It's something else. Something that you've done that you're not as proud of, and that you won't tell me because you're afraid that I won't love you anymore if you tell me.
There are about 100 things off the top of my head that I could tell you of that category.
Me too.
So is this a sort of like horrible people just have to end up together sort of situation? Is that what we're saying? We're not worthy for anyone else, so might as well just
No.
get together?
No.
I'm saying.
Samuel, Miggy accepted me for who I am.
Oh, I mean,
I'm not saying that you have to. I'm just saying if we want to even try, we're going to have to say something eventually, aren't we?
If we want to try, yes.
And I don't know if I want to try yet or not. I'm not going to lie to you. I just lost Mickey 3 days ago.
Right. And that's what I'm saying, I think, more than anything. I think this is going to be a problem. If we just... I don't think it makes any sense right now.
You're right. So you're saying you just don't want to tell me anything, though?
I could continue piling onto the list of things that makes me a scumbag if you want. But I've already told you as much.
Emil, I think I need to tell you.
Tell me what? Is this the big bad thing that you did that's supposed to push me away?
Maybe. It was supposed to push Miggy away. Ever hear about what happened to our neighboring village?
No. I left. I assume you killed them? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I did. Every single one of them.
Okay.
With the dragon's egg.
With
I had the.
with what do you mean the dragon's egg? What
I
dragon's egg?
smashed it in the middle of their village, called the dragon to it, and the dragon lit the village on fire.
Huh. So we both set a dragon loose on a village. Interesting.
When did you set a dragon loose on a village?
Well, I told you about that time that I ended up riding the dragon and, you know, talking to some dragon tamers, that whole thing. I was up in Scandinavia once, and, well, there's a particular dwarven clan that I just really just hated. And I don't know. The dragon riders and the dwarves just had a mutual animosity, and I just pushed it one more step. I don't know, I was bored, maybe? I really didn't like those dwarves.
Dragon
I-
Smaug.
Yeah. So look,
All right.
we're not any different, you and I. I'm literally not even surprised by any of this.
That's good.
That was scary.
That's
The way
good.
you just said that was scary. That's
What? That
No,
that he's
it
not
was so neutral. It was such a neutral way of saying it. Oh, gave me chills.
That's how Ari would have said it, though.
I know. It was good. It was good. I like the line.
Yeah. I don't know. I think she just like sits down next to him and just says like, I don't know where we go from here.
I don't think we go anywhere from here, Ari. We're going to go have this conversation with Faustino. Maybe we'll be allies, but I honestly think that, well, it's not like gosh, I don't know. I don't even know what to say anymore. It just all feels so wrong.
Why does it feel so wrong, Samuel? For you. For me, it does. But you didn't even know him. Why do you care so much?
It's literally not about that.
What? I didn't. You cut it out there for a second.
It's not about that. I guess I just don't want to believe that I could possibly deserve anything good happening for once. I mean, our lives have both sucked. But there hasn't been a single good thing that I think that's ever happened to me since that day. And I think I made that happen on purpose. I think I just wanted the world to punish me. And I think I still want that. I think that I think I would just ruin it. And then I would lose even a chance of you being my friend.
Hmm.
So I'd much rather we just pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, do our jobs, laugh, and just go murder some people or something. I don't know.
Gosh.
Yeah, Ari kind of like frowns at that and just is like, sounds like you got a lot of crap you need to work through.
Yeah. Sounds like we both do.
You cut out again.
Sounds like we both do.
I'm starting to think you more so than me. Samuel, yes, I'm sad. I'm devastated. For the first time in my life, I wanted a future rather than a past. For the first time in my life, I wanted something other than to wake up and see you and my dad. And then I had that all taken away from me. But I got it. But darn it, I got a taste of that. Mickey taught me so many things. He taught me how to love again. And I'm not going to let his life just go to waste.
Good. Yeah, don't waste it on me. That's for sure.
I don't think you're a waste, though, Samuel.
As a friend, sure, maybe. As anything else?
What do I need to say to you to make you think that you're not?
Roll an intelligence check to find out.
I mean, you can make an insight check.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, the inner workings of his mind are an enigma.
As are all men.
That's not true.
That's not true at all, but okay, yeah.
Mm. So what does he say?
Yeah, what can I say to you? He says
Oh.
That's a really weird thing for him to say.
I was
he
gonna
just
say the
suddenly
same thing.
barks at you. And then his head turns into a dog's head.
Oh,
And then
no!
you wake up in a hot.
And you
in a
realize
cold
it's all
sweat.
been a dream.
No!
No.
Said
It was those
actually
crabs
dead.
that we ate the first night.
Yeah. Oh man. Sarah, don't chew on my guitar case. Stop. He says,
Oh, I just had a thought, but I don't know if Ari would do it or not.
She should.
I mean, yeah, so he definitely pauses at first, so if you have a thing, then
Oh, I don't know if she'd do that or not. No, I mean, because she didn't roll super great insight, so I don't want to do that. That'd be stupid.
so you said, what could I say to you to what again? What was the
To make you believe that you're worth
to make you
taking like a
believe that you're
chance on.
right,
Yeah.
right. What could you say? I think he says that it was all just a dream. That we're still those kids in Italy. But I know that would be a lie.
Hmm. Hmm.
Listen, I'm scared that if I... Ari, I want you. I really do. But hate myself for that because it's not good. It's not.
Hate myself for loving you.
It's not anything good. And I should really just walk away right now.
Oh man, he said like, I want you. I feel like Ari just kisses him. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling right now. That's honestly what I'm feeling right now. I'm like, oh man, I don't know why, but like.
Well, so he definitely kisses back.
I knew it. I knew that's what you were thinking.
This goes as far as you're willing to take it.
Oh, rebound.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotta get that layup, Samuel.
You did that at the most vulnerable possible moment that he had.
I know, but that's because like Ari's also feeling vulnerable right now.
Yeah.
I'm like,
because
earlier that's what I was thinking of doing.
You're gonna both exploit each other. Oh no.
That's what I was thinking of doing. But then I was like, no, she's not sure. But then he just said it, and I was like, okay, boom, she does it too. Because like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boy. Oh boy, this all just got a lot more complicated.
Can I make like a wisdom save?
Yeah, wisdom save. Yeah, to see if you actually
like feel guilty about this or not. Like.
Yeah. Okay. What do you want to set the DC as? Like, how hard would this be for Ari?
How
what's
well
my,
does Ari know shame?
What's my wisdom save? A 2. Honestly, I kind of want to just make this like a luck roll almost. So let's say 12. She needs a 12 or higher to.
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
To decide not to or to do it.
To like not go any further because Ari's thing is that like she'd probably like initiate it, but then after a while she'd probably be like,
she'd be like, oh no, this is wrong.
Left.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is wrong, basically.
But it's what he wanted.
I know. Oh my gosh!
Whoa,
Mickey,
what
who?
What a swingy roll.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Yeah.
Right, so this is like to...
And then Ari got pregnant. Even though she
No, we've already established she can't have kids.
I know,
so.
I know.
Yeah, so you just give in?
She doesn't feel guilty. She's like... Mickey told me to be happy, I guess.
Oh boy, someplace.
And when God tells you to be happy,
God starts crying.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So we fade to black.
Fade to black on that. Yep.
Yeah. So what else happens?
I would have thought that the DC would have been the other way around.
So that's what I was thinking too.
Me too.
Oh, really? Because my thing
But
is...
I guess for you, it was if you feel guilty or not. But yeah, it's like pushing away your feelings of guilt.
Because she shouldn't feel guilty, right?
Yeah, she doesn't want to feel guilty, so yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Are we kind of finishing up then? Caleb?
Yeah, I mean, right, so we fade from black on that, and then is there anything else anyone does like that?
I have one thing I want to do. I have one more conversation I have, but I only want to hear my side. And I only want one line in it. I think do you have any idea where I'm going with this?
Yes, I do. Say that again.
Okay, I want to say a single line is all I want.
Okay, go ahead.
So it's like, does anyone have anything else? Because I'm literally going to do mine like when everyone's in bed. When everyone's asleep.
I would just, before we go to sleep, just go ahead and blow a quick locate object spell just to see if there's a really fancy gem encrusted bowl anywhere within 1,000 feet, just for kicks and giggles.
There is not.
Hey, it turns out there was one at that temple.
Hey, there's no reason we're about to go to sleep. It's a 2nd level spell. I'm gonna just use it just to see.
Yeah. It would be
and
funny
then
if
something
there was...
attacks you. No. Okay, cool. Yeah, so there's no jewel encrusted bowl. And then
worth at least 1,000 gold
wait
pieces.
a second. We never established what my second language was. What would probably be my most likely second language in this area? What is it that the snake people spoke?
Yuan-Ti. Yeah, they have their own language. It'd just be Yuan-Ti.
Just Yuan-Ti?
Yep. That makes sense.
Okay. I think before Darius goes to bed tonight, he summons Leonechka.
Okay. Any particular reason?
Because he wants Leonechka. And he's
Okay,
there,
yeah.
like, constantly, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it until he like vanishes, right? Yeah, or until he dies or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I just... yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Sabu, like, sees this happen, and he's just like, "What? What did you just do?"
And Darius turns to Sabu. This is Leonechka. And then Leonechka just goes...
Yeah, he says, nice to meet you, Leonechka. So is this a spell of some sort? You're calling some sort of steed from nothing?
It is a spell, yes. I also, kind of met him in the Feywild. And I've convinced the spirit to assist me.
The Feywild. You've been in the Feywild?
Oh,
When?
yeah.
How?
Multiple times. It's a pretty nice place, besides everything that tries to kill you there.
And then his eyes are widening, and he just keeps starting to ask you more and more questions. And I probably would feel like we just like fade out on the conversation because you guys, he's gonna just figure out as much as you will possibly tell him about all of your powers, like everything about you. Like he's just gonna keep talking.
Yeah, they just keep going.
Yeah. He's very fascinated. Very fascinated. Yeah, and then we get a zoom in on Tepin's face.
So this is probably like after everyone's gone to bed, because Tepin's just
Yeah.
kind of sitting there laying there looking at the stars. He may have asked for first watch that night, or maybe this is during his watch. I'm not sure.
Well, so Raya has first watch, then so Raya, Ari, Darius, Tepima. So yeah.
So this is probably like on his watch. He's like looking over everyone, kind of just seeing them sleeping.
Yeah.
He just kind of starts looking at looking at his hand. He kind of holds up one of his rings to like kind of the light of. Do we have a fire going?
Yeah, I would assume so. Yeah.
He probably kind of holds one of his rings up. No, actually, wait a second. No. He looks to one of his hands that doesn't have a ring on it. One of his fingers that doesn't have a ring on it. And he just kind of looks at it and kind of whispers under his breath, "You never told me you were dead."
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. Perfect. Good. Oh, I love that. I love that so much.
We can continue that conversation next time if we want, but I just figured that would be a fun place to end. Because I know you got to run off soon, probably, depending on how long
Well, I
it
mean,
takes
we
to goals.
still have a half an hour.
Oh, no, we got to do goals still, and I don't know if we'll have much time
That's
for
true.
more else.
So who's doing watches with each other? Like who is Clement being on watch with?
Oh,
I'm curious.
that's true.
I'm just curious, like how that's working.
Let's say Clement is on watch with Darius, right? That would make sense.
Yeah,
And I would
Darius
assume
is watching
Raya
Clement.
and Ari have their respective bows with watch.
So would I probably be on watch by myself then?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, good.
No one
That's
wants
kinda
to
what
be
I
on
was
watch
hoping
with you.
for.
They don't care.
Can't really talk. He's not technically talk.
That's true. You can speak in people's minds.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So we get all that. So, Ari, you just make your ways back to the camp after everything. Okay.
I guess so, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, unless he wants to say anything to me, but yeah.
No, probably not.
I don't think Ari
yeah,
does
and
either.
I feel like both of you are nonchalant enough about it that no one notices anything. Out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
I mean, if they walk back from a secluded place together.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, we'll make this roll. I guess we've done it before.
So what? I'm making a deception roll to
Deception,
like.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I suck at that. So
Would it be
Raya's-
perception or insight?
Be insight. There's Samuel's too.
Oh no, I'm awful.
Oh, we all know. Okay.
We know.
No, we all know. Even Darius with the slow
Even
roll.
Darius.
Even Darius knows.
Yeah, let me roll
Well, okay.
for the
In
others.
Darius's defense, he probably kind of picked this up with you and Miggy before.
Sabu knows.
Oh my gosh, me and Sabu rolled the
And
same.
Clement knows everything.
Everything.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
Oh god, this is just like all over again.
This is it all over again.
Oh boy. Everybody just knows Ari's business because she doesn't hide her feelings very well at all.
She used to do it really, really well.
Not when you force me to make a deception check, I don't.
Well,
But
no. But I mean, like, basically up until this whole expedition.
Until we realize that a character has statistics and they have to roll on those.
right, exactly. Up until Darius died, Ari was a rock and
True,
didn't have any emotions about her. And then he died and just opened up this whole well of emotions in her, and now she can't hide anything.
Well, she like kept most
Well, the thing
of
is,
it
you
to
weren't
herself,
trying.
so.
You weren't trying to hide anything before because there was nothing to hide,
right.
right? And now there is something to hide, and now you realize you can't hide anything. Yeah. So that happens.
I'm just curious if Raya says anything to me.
I don't think anyone else does.
I mean, if you don't approach me, I would not be approaching you.
Okay.
Teppan doesn't even know you guys.
I think everyone knows, but nobody says anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I think we like literally like sit down and then we just like start having like a normal conversation.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So nonchalant.
But I think we zoom in on
I think Darius actually, like, when he notices, I think he's like, what? And he like picks up the dirt and like starts smelling and says, "No, it's not." Like trying to figure out, like, is this like seasonal or something?
Gosh. Are there hormones in the air?
Yeah.
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 So we get a close up on Samuel's face, and we can just see the slightest hint of like a haunting behind his eyes.
A haunting?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. That was just not the right decision, but that's okay.
It really wasn't. That was the worst possible decision you could have made in that moment.
That's
But
what
you did it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
because
But it
Ari's
was
also feeling vulnerable. So
Because he
it's
was
just, like,
literally one sentence away from just like being like, I'm walking away. I need to stop because I'm getting too close. I just need to walk away. And then you were like, and make out. Let's do it. Yep. Well, after that
Anyways.
existential crisis.
There's gonna be so many consequences to this, and I just know it because Ari might not feel guilty in the moment, but she's definitely gonna feel guilty later.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what I
yeah.
think she does? I don't think that she's done yet. I don't think she's read the last pages of Miggy's journal. Because I'm sure he's written more stuff since the last time she read it. Right?
Well, yeah, since the last time that you like found it and then learned about his
Right.
secret child, yeah.
For a split second, I'm like, wait, Mickey's writing to Ari.
Yeah, he's
through this
currently
journal
writing it
beyond the-
right now.
What?
No, that's not happening.
He's like, how dare you?
Literally just one whole page that just says, how dare you?
Mickey's just like, I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that.
But I definitely did, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I tried to look away, but I don't know how to do that function yet.
Yeah, I don't know how to not be omniscient yet.
I mean, is he omniscient? Is
No,
that a
he's
thing?
not. No.
I was gonna say. So
Well, see,
I mean,
think that's what makes it funnier, is if it's like it's like a command chamber where he's got all these different buttons and there's a screen. It's like he's got this screen and he's like trying to change it, but he can't figure out how to hit the button to
Right,
change
yeah.
the screen.
and then it's
Yeah.
just Ari everywhere on the screens because he accidentally like duplicates it a bunch, and you're like, dang it.
And then Willow walks in.
What are you watching? I can't stop. What is
I'm
happening?
trying to stop.
It's like watching a train wreck.
Oh.
Oh
Yep.
man. Okay.
But you're following his advice, I guess.
Wow, she really.
She really listened. She had no qualms about just listening to that advice. Anyway,
It's like,
yeah,
Mickey's just like, now you
Anyways.
listen to me.
true, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So you want to read the last page? of
Yeah,
the
I
journal?
do. Yeah. I think like maybe like during her watch.
Yeah.
Like I think we're being like super awkward now, like during our watch. Like we're just like
Yeah,
not talking,
yeah.
and then I'm like just like
So-
skimming through it.
There's obvious. I mean, a lot of it's the obvious stuff, like most of the feelings that you already kind of knew about him in his last days as a human. I think there's one page in particular, and obviously it's like, no, literally, you get to the last page. So you get to the second to last page, and it's like the night before all of the like the whole mission went down, and I mean he has the normal like, if I don't make it and you do, Ari, I love you, like that. Obviously there's that in there, right? But then the next page, you like turn the next page, and you're not expecting there to be anything on the next page, but there is. And it's like the date after he became a god.
Stop. Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
Yeah, for sure. And it's a pretty short message. But it basically says, "My dearest Ari, I've learned a lot in the short amount of time I've been up here. There's a lot of bad things happening right now. And I know I've told you most of this before. But how would he say this? Just trying to think of the way to dig the knife in as much as possible. Right? Like, what is the perfect thing that Miggy would say here that would just wreck Ari?
Suffering.
Yeah. I think he literally
You're
says...
the only woman I could have ever loved.
No. He literally says, I told you to move on, and I really mean it. But I want to emphasize no, how would he say this? Oh, this is important, but I'm trying to...
It just scares me that there's even a but. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
Butts are pretty scary. Especially cigarette butts.
Oh, no, you know what he says?
What does he say?
He says all that, and he says, but I learned something.
Oh no.
I learned something searching through the knowledge I have available to me now. And how does he say this? So, okay. I think, yeah, the page basically says, I know I told you to move on, but there's something I've learned with, the knowledge I've gained as a god. And it feels like backtracking to even begin to speak, to write this to you. And then I think he just says, but don't fall for Samuel.
Oh.
Yeah, I think he just says that. Yeah, I think he just says, but
what a douche. No,
Yeah.
that pisses Ari off. Like,
I think it would. Yeah, doesn't it? Uh-huh.
That's why Caleb tried to think of how to say it.
That's not heartbreaking to her. That's just what?
The thing is, it's Miggy, and I know some things. Yeah, no, that's what he would say.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, she doesn't like that at all.
Yeah, and then I guess like after that he says, I trust you to make your own decisions.
Oh man, I'm so confused now. What? Why on earth would he say that?
Samuel is evil. I mean, that's the obvious thing anyway.
Yeah, I don't know how Ari takes that. That is not how what she wanted her last words with Mickey to be like. Honestly, I think she gets up like from her watch, and then she just like goes and like starts screaming like at the top of her lungs to Mickey, and is just like,
well, everyone wakes up. Yeah,
I was about to say I'd wake up and like kind of walk to make sure that everything's cool.
I mean, I don't know, like maybe she wouldn't yell because like she doesn't want to like cause a scene, but she's just like,
if only she had a pillow to scream into.
She's like
frustratedly walks into the jungle and like
frustratedly like walks away, like doesn't even tell Samuel anything, and then just like starts like angrily like muttering to herself like, you freaking told me to move on, like what the heck, Mickey? Like,
yeah,
I just imagine she brings her machetes out and like with her and then just makes a mess of a tree. Like she just starts beating the tree with them.
Yeah, I mean, probably she probably
slashing
like
out branches.
Yeah, just like angrily like muttering, and yeah.
Everybody wakes up in the morning. There has like something attacked this tree. Like there's guys, we gotta be careful.
We've had that several times happen.
I mean, she goes off like far enough, I think, to where like but she's just she's so angry right now. Oh. Yeah. And then she just like comes back and like sits down and just like, puts the journal away. Like, I don't even know what she wouldn't say anything, obviously, but yeah.
It's messy, it's awkward, it's frustrating, but it's exactly what Miggy would do.
Would he though? I feel like that, and I think that's what's pissing her off is this does not sound like Miggy.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, you suck as a god.
Yes, turns out he does. Turns out he is very much still learning how to do this. Okay, so think about it this way, guys. Think about it this way. If you became a god and you suddenly had access to a large amount of knowledge, and you could like search out knowledge about like a whole bunch of things, and you learned any sort of dark secrets about the person that you knew the person you left behind would end up with, would you not try to use your god powers to tell them?
Then tell me why.
The specifics? Like you can't just
but
be
it's
like
also Miggy.
Miggy would tell me specifics. I feel like that's where I'm like, you can't be all ominous like this and then expect Ari just to like take it well. He would know her well enough to know that.
Okay, yeah, I could see an argument for that. Okay, next page.
You literally turn it over.
I think maybe that's what happens though, right? Like
she gets super angry and upset, goes out in the woods, does all this, and she comes back, opens it up,
realizes that it continues on the next page. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
And like I think the thing he finds, obviously he finds the whole like, oh wow, Samuel murdered lots and lots and lots of people throughout his entire life. But that's not the main thing that he obviously puts that down, but I mean, he basically is saying like he's like a serial philanderer. Like he just like goes and has sex with like literally anyone like all the time. Like, and he's just like, I'm grossed out knowing this about this person. Like,
I mean, Samuel's already told me that though.
yeah, and pretty much, right? And this is the thing, like he's regurgitating all this, and then at the end, right, he's just like, but again, like I know that you've I think the last thing he says is Ari, I'm frustrated even as I write this. I don't understand so much, and I feel powerless to really do anything right now. But one thing I do know, that whatever decision you do make, it will be the right one. I think the last thing he says is, I don't think you hold grudges like Raya does. And what he means by that is you're more apt to forgive someone for their sins than Raya would ever be.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Samuel has literally already told me all this stuff.
Exactly,
So
I know, exactly. So you get the whole thing, right? And Mickey is like literally verbally processing this in this letter. And like he gets to the end, and he's just like, I don't know why I even wrote this sort of thing. Like you make your decision. I'm just so frustrated. Feel so helpless right now to do anything. And here you go, blah, vomit. I'm done, sort of a thing.
Like, I just need to get that off my chest so I don't accidentally crush the world.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like Ari's just like, okay, so now she's not angry anymore. She's like, okay, at least I know like where he's coming from. I appreciate it, but like, what decision is there? You're not here.
And I think the last shot we get of the episode is we just see Miggy holding some sort of dark weight, and he says, I know. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's do goals. Fine. Wow. So much drama. So much drama. Oh no, I'm showing the chat the goals. I don't mean to do that. They're not supposed to see goals.
I have a feeling.
Wait, nobody has a secret goal, so it doesn't matter.
Fine.
Continue.
I have a feeling that this whole first season is going to be like season 3, and then the whole last part of the season is going to be like season 4. Because it's just going to be like drama amongst each other, and then the end of it's going to be like, action stuff.
Yeah. I imagine that season 5 will end up being a lot like season 1 and 3, where there's a lot of build-up and a lot of like, specifically for this season, there'll be a lot of like ally building and like figuring out a bunch of stuff about like what to do, and then
maybe ally losing.
Yeah, and then season 6 will be, and now we're gonna fight a bunch of people. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Tepin.
Well, I didn't do much to get revenge on the 7 serpents because we didn't run into any snake people or anything like that.
It's true.
I did find out what happened to the god of death.
Did you have to make a roll towards that though?
I did hide the fact that I did kind of when Darius was like, oh, we all get our power from him, and Tepin had to hide the fact that he kind of doesn't.
Right, but that wasn't like working towards your goal of finding out what happened. It's just making sure that Darius doesn't find out something you don't want him to find out.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's like I didn't exactly make a roll, but I don't know what roll I could have made. It was also just...
Yeah, I don't think that. Unfortunately, I just think that's a non-goal at this. Yeah,
you should have told me at the beginning.
I didn't realize it would be. I didn't realize you were just gonna go up to Darius and just like well, really, Darius just is Darius, and obviously he's just gonna tell you. Like, there's no reason you just be like, I'm gonna be mysterious about this for no reason.
He did do that a little bit. Actually, I did want to roll charisma check against him to see if I could get him to tell me the name.
Yeah,
but
I'll give you working on XP just because of you were doing things and making rolls.
I also don't know what else I would have done. This is his 2nd episode.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I did work on protecting Raya and like just like when I was analyzing the
Yeah. You
thing and
you
everything.
you made sure there weren't any traps and everything was safe. Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So you get some XP. Some amount of XP that I will certainly calculate. Everybody's level 12 now?
Yep.
Mhm.
Cool. So you get 3,000 XP. Raya?
I worked on getting Sabu to fall in love with me.
True.
And then I don't know if we would count me trying to find out more about Clement, about finding out like what Faustino's mission is or not.
Yeah.
Persuasion check against the boost to have him tell you.
Yeah,
stuff,
that's why I was
so.
like, I don't know if
That's
that
true.
would.
Yeah, I think
count
you're
or
working on it. Yeah.
not. And then I didn't really do anything directly for kill Mazayol.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So
I guess everybody's
just-
still. I guess everybody has the party goal now of, kill. Well, did we ever
No,
say that?
it's not kill Mazayol. Is
What's
the party goal? The party goal is like prevent She of the Jade Skirt from coming back.
Yeah.
Because my
yeah.
way of thinking that what the best thing to do is kill Mazayol, but
Mhm.
it's like if that doesn't happen, our goal is still to prevent She of the Jade Skirt.
Yeah. True. Okay, so Tebin, you can take another 1,000.
Yay!
Yeah, Raya, you get 3,000.
Cool.
Ari?
Let's see. I worked on every goal except get out of my contract with Mortivar. I literally did nothing for that today.
Yes,
I didn't
true,
protect
true.
Raya. I didn't try to convince anybody to take me on like I was hoping. Fine. And I worked on finishing a tune.
Jordan, I was going to do that.
Yeah, you worked on it for sure. So 3,000 for you.
I was kind of hoping I could get rid of that goal this session, but that's okay.
And you can just like leave it for another
I'll
time.
just like probably mute it for a while. But
Yeah.
Until
Darius?
it seems appropriate.
Darius didn't do squat.
You carved a thing.
Yeah, but I didn't have a goal for that.
Oh.
I mean, you're working. Oh, you're true. That's right. Yeah.
You usually did. That's why.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I didn't think about it until after the fact. Figure
you
out
were-
what's different with Clement.
Yeah,
tone.
you worked on that.
A tone. Actually, you know what? I wonder if no. A toning probably doesn't have anything to do with making these.
I don't think so. Yeah.
A tone didn't do anything for that, and put an end to the death apocalypse.
Yeah, I think you worked on figure out what is different about Clement. You made rolls and stuff.
Yeah.
You're trying to figure out things.
So that in the party goal.
Yes, you get 2,000.
Yay.
Cool. Awesome. All right. I think that's it from us for episode 48 of Terra Nullius. Good episode. Lots of fun character drama into it. And I guess next week is Lavender Shadows, right?
Actually,
no, you're not free?
No, I forgot.
Okay.
I didn't have
That's
it written on the page, and I was referencing the dates that I wouldn't be able to make it, but
Right.
I'm scheduled for work.
Okay. All right. We'll do something else then. I don't know what we're going to do, but we'll do something else.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Okie dokie. Well, we'll be back next week with something. And that's it from us here at Terra Nullius LLC, as I like to say. Adios, everybody, and have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.